Howdy, howdy, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. This is Kfierce IRL, where I'm taking my abandoned family land and turning it into my future homestead. And in today's video, I'm giving y'all a plant tour. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, please give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And please subscribe. I'm getting really close to 100 subscribers, and that'd be really cool if I could hit it. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get this plant tour started. So, any rate, starting our tour at the front of the property, right on the edge, we have some beautiful, what I believe was red roses that my grandmother had grew and just kind of went wild. And then right above it, we have my apple tree. And as you can see right here, it's got some apples growing on it. And so now we're just gonna walk down the front here. You can see right there we have a mimosa tree growing, and a lot of these like overstory trees right here are wild cherries. They're growing their cherries right now. The flowers have done faded, but the flowers were really pretty. But we just walking around. And we'll come up here onto the side and we'll come in here. And as you can see, we have the first of the black raspberry patches. And look at these black raspberries growing. Oh, so good. So I can't wait for them. Now moving down at the end of the driveway, on the edge I share with my neighbors, we have some beautiful flowers over here that are in bloom. You know, I love those. And right over here, we have a European cranberry bush that's growing European cranberries, I'm pretty sure. I don't know about them. I've heard mixed reviews of them online. And all over the property, so much sassafras. And you can always tell it's sassafras because it don't know what type of leaves it'll want to make. You'll see two different kinds of leaves up on the same plant. And we got a few more berry bushes back here. And now we start our tour on the other side where we have all of these more black cap raspberries that are in the midst of growing. I'm super excited for them. And I've been just over here just working on clearing a lot of this out as of the last couple of days on live at twitch.tv/Kfierce. Since I don't have solar power, I can't really play video games right now. So I've just been kind of going live and doing some yard work and chilling. And then coming down this way towards the bus, I have a small little wineberry patch I really got to clean out right here. But this is where most of my wine berries are probably going to be from. And then going into the garden, closer to the bus, we got my wood chop pile. And there are the tomato plants. They thriving. They doing good. And then over here, we have my blackberries. They're growing blackberries. I'm super excited. And down here was my garden, or attempt of, but nothing actually grew that I planted. But you know what? It is what it is. And I know way down there, I'm just not walking down there because everything's wet. But that is where the chestnut tree is. It's a Chinese chestnut. Then coming on down to the edge of the bus, we've got another nice little wineberry bush I'm trying to take care of, and it's got its blooms in, and I think those blooms look gorgeous. I love the wineberry flowers. As we go into more blackberries, The blackberries are scattered all throughout. So, any rate, coming on down from the bus, right here we have what I call the Hydra, because it's just like a whole bunch of sugar maple trees out of one base, which I think was pretty cool. So, I'm definitely interested in the possibility of tapping trees down the road and making maple syrup if I can have enough healthy maple trees. Oh. And now kind of heading up towards the back side of the bus. Right here is where I have my silverberry patch. There's silverberries all over the property, but this is like a little patch of them. I've never had them before. I don't know if I'm going to like them. We'll see if we keep them. But directly over this way, we have a few more smaller berry patches. They're not doing as well down here. But that's because we're also near my big old black walnut tree. And it's growing. Oh yeah, and the second fallen black walnut tree, because this one's also a black walnut tree. And as you can see, it's fell over where the cranberries are. So if you look behind the cranberries. But yeah, and it's still producing. It's still growing. So I got two basically black walnut trees right here. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, And then we have the third black walnut in this area. There's a couple of smaller black walnuts up front I didn't pick out, but these three are like my main three. And what makes this particular one so special is right under it, it has a pawpaw orchard growing. As you can see, all of these trees right here are pawpaw trees. You can see they all have the same leaves, and they're all like a bazillion different trees. I've definitely got to go through and do some thinning out. But I gotta, I guess, see which ones produce fruit first and see which ones produce fruit that tastes good. Because they're a tree where each fruit tastes different depending on what tree it's from. So you never want to try to grow from seed. You want to graft from a good tasting fruit. But I got a whole bunch here growing, so this one did have a lot of fruit, at least what I thought was fruit that was hanging like right here on the edge, but they all kind of like fell off in rainstorms, and I don't know if it's too early for the fruit to be growing yet anyways, so this is my first time experiencing pawpaws. But right under it, we do have some May apples growing. I hadn't checked on them in a couple of days, so... But yeah, you can see that one back there. That one's got the fruit growing pretty good. Am I going to get to try any of these? No, because the deer is going to get to them. But, and then right over here, fighting for its life, there's a spiceberry bush. At least I think it's spiceberry. I don't know. I've yet to see any blooms or flowers or berries, so I'm not 100% sure. And these are just all of the main plants that I have identified here on the land. I mean, you can see there's like 6 acres down the mountain that, yet to be explored. So, just to see if I can give you a little higher shot. I don't know. But you can see it goes on for a while. Looks kind of good with all the fog in the morning though. But yeah, so I guess that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed a little tour of all the plants that I have and that have been growing on here for so many years and what I'm trying to take care of and, see what's good, And I guess until the next video, bye!